Okay, much better. Let's see. For those of you just tuning in, I am working in the back of my van. I'm on location, far away from where I normally am. I am in the Northeast right now, and I'm usually in Texas, in West Texas, in the desert. So yeah, quite a change. Got rain today, a little bit of rain instead of snow. Okay. I keep drifting upwards. All right, so I'm having issue with not being able to produce flakes here on this side. Down here is fine. The material is better consistency down here, but up here I'm running into bad material. But since this is going to be the point, it's not too bad because I can run long flakes, or let's see, not long flakes. I can run flakes across the piece, even though they're short, if the piece is narrow, which it will be at the point. All right. I got to do two things. I've got to improve the tip on this because it's getting all beaten up. And I've got to do a little bit more pressure to maybe improve the edge quality so I can run flakes. And I'll show you what I mean. A lot of you guys want microscopic views of what I'm doing. That's fine. That's what I'm usually trying to do. By showing you the bird's eye view as close as I can to what I'm seeing, and even better, because you've got a better view than I do right now since you're closer. The camera's closer to this than my eyes. But I need to get even closer. In many cases, and do some more narration, because even if I get really close, really zoomed in and start napping like this close, a lot of you guys still can't, you don't know what you're seeing until I describe it. Right? I mean, I've got to accept it. It doesn't really make sense to me, but with some people, observing doesn't cause absorption of what's going on. You have to explain it. Okay. Let's see. I said I was going to do some pressure to make the edges better. Let me see. And I was going to explain how does it make it better. Okay. I'll show you after I finish. I'm going to do a pass on each side. And I'll show you what the edge looks like, and for what I think is a better quality edge for percussion work on this hard material, on this difficult material. Hard could mean, hard can mean difficult or just physically strong. Difficult could be many different things, but I'm talking about more of the physical aspects of this material. Up here especially, it's more concrete-y up here than down here. It's more glass-like down here than it is up here. All right. So what makes the edge better is just to make it a little steeper. Make it a little steeper instead of so thin, it's not really that thin, right? But I need to make it even thicker so I can really have a strong platform so I can drive these flakes. Now there is a point where it becomes too strong and then you'll break it because you need a lot of force on these really strong platforms. You'll break the whole preform in half. So you can't make it too strong, right? And that's just something you'll learn with experience. And you can learn it pretty quick by knapping on the material for 30 minutes or so. Like what I'm doing, you can get the feel for it, how thick you need that edge, or how steep you need the edge. I'm just beveling trying to get a continuous platform on both sides, and I'll thin it down from that continuous platform. And yeah, it's just, I'm not really thinning too much on the ends on this one. It's a small piece. If it was a larger piece, I would be much more concerned with thinning the ends so it doesn't snap in the middle. But I'm not as concerned with a smaller piece. Yeah, I could spend a lot of time making these edges really consistent. Excuse me. I normally don't spend a lot of time doing that. And yes, the end result does suffer from me not spending enough time on the edges. But I call it good anyway. I used to be really picky about the stuff that I'm making. I guess I still am. I just have learned not to be that picky with the flint knapping. For my own sanity, basically. Okay. What do I talk about during this little stage here? The last auction on YouTube went really well. A little bit more accounting than with eBay, but definitely worth it. I don't have to pay the 12% toward eBay. That's one good thing. The other good thing is I have access to the funds right away, which makes it so much easier for shipping costs. It doesn't have to come out of my pocket right up front. And the communication is so much more personal, right? You're not working through a middleman. All right, let's see. All right, so the edge is kind of where I want it. It does need to be probably ground down more. Hold on. Anyway, the last auction went really well on YouTube. I did flood the comment or the feeds on everybody's subscriptions and all that. So I'm going to condense it down. I think what I'll do is I'll auction like 5 items at a time in one video or something. I think we can still keep track of who's bidding on what with just 5 items per video. What I was afraid of is I had to keep looking through the comments, or not keep looking, but look very carefully through the comments in different areas, because some people won't bid under an item number. Like if I put in my own comments or pre-populate the comment section with my own insertions of item 1, item 2, item 3, and then bid under each of those. Some people don't catch on to that, and they'll just bid, I want such and such on this item. They won't even look where to put the bids, which is fine. I don't really care, but it just takes time. But I think with 5 items per auction, it won't take that much time. Okay. And for you that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's not important. I'll describe what's going on. I'll monitor the comments and stuff. I want to do another auction this Sunday on YouTube. And we'll see how it goes. This piece will be available if it's successful. Well, no, not this particular piece. That's right. I'm doing this for somebody else. Okay. Anyway, what was I going to... I know I was going to say something about the auction. Yeah, shipping is going to be free. Because you guys are bidding high enough, I don't have to worry about shipping costs being a big deal. Got 5 days. Yeah, 5 days to respond. If you won, just send me an email within 5 days. Otherwise, I'm going to offer it to somebody else. Okay, so here we go. The edge is getting robust enough for some percussion work. Okay. And some of you guys are ending up with this look, and that's as far as you can go. But this is ideal for thinning. You just don't know it yet, right? This little preform that some of you guys get stuck on this stage and that's it. This is actually perfect for thinning. Doesn't seem like it now, but you'll get a hang of it as time goes on. All right. For those of you who are new. I need to check, but the last time I checked, 80% of my traffic is from people browsing, not from, the notification bell or suggested videos. It's just from browsing, clicking through. And most of those that are just clicking through are brand new people. Never tuned in before. And they'll comment like, you should do videos on heat treating. What is that? You should do videos on, obsidian knapping. Or have you ever tried to use copper? Because I see you using steel. And then they'll erase their comments sometimes because they'll see I have over 1,000 videos and they'll go, oh, dang. And then they'll just browse the rest of the videos. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to see if that actually worked. No. This is the hard part, zooming in to what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm putting the flaker on the platform, right, where it will sit. I don't put much pressure. I do put some. I was going to say I don't put any. I do put some pressure, but most of the force is from the actual percussion strike, not from pressure, although you can use what I call pressure assisted percussion. You can push hard, push really hard, and then when you hit, it'll ding, it'll spring upward. You can do that, but I don't usually do that. I usually let the percussion do all the work. Now see, even with a lot of force and a strong edge, didn't go very far. But one of these times it will go far, and I can, as I go down, I can use more force. So I could take a big flake probably off of this one. We'll see. Nope. That's gonna hit harder. Yeah. Eventually, statistically, it can't fail every time, unless you're a newbie. You'll get one of those. It'll take off a thinning flake because it did go a little bit past halfway. That's what we call a thinning flake for you guys who are just tuning in. It goes more than halfway. Okay. I'm going to try to take another flake here off the tip. Close to the tip. Yeah, it's not doing anything because it's just crushing the platform, but I'll try again over and over, see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but I had to dig in. I dug in more to get that to come off. All right, let's see what I can do on the other side. Oops. And sometimes it slips off, all right? I don't even know if I'm in frame on some of these hits. Am I going up like this? Because I can't tell. I'll have to see what I'm doing on the review that I do on my video. Anyway, hopefully you get the idea. See, there are challenges to zooming in this close, but some of you need it to be this close. So you can see exactly where I'm placing the striker, even though I may be jumping out of the frame here. You need to see how dull it is. What the back side looks like, as well as the front side, as well as the edge contour. Are these isolated in any way? That sort of thing. You can see where I hit, right? And it's not removing anything. Usually on good material, this technique works. But on difficult material, it doesn't. Not as well, anyway. Now, see, sometimes the flaker becomes dimpled. That's why you have to reshape it, because you don't want a dimple on there. You want it to slide somewhat. You can nap with a notch on the end. Some people do that, but I think it causes more breakage than it's worth. I like it to slide somewhat and not catch on a notch or a dimple. You know, steel is soft enough to grip it, but you don't want it to grip it too much. You know, just the natural tendency to dimple on the steel on the edge is enough to catch it and cause some friction, right? But you don't want too much friction, because then it pulls way too much. And a notch will definitely cause a lot of concentration of force all at once. That's the danger. All right. I'm hitting pretty hard and taking a risk because I'm really close to the tip. Hitting really hard can take the whole tip off. So I'm gonna move down a little bit. Still nothing. I'm probably gonna have to get really aggressive with it or switch to pressure. With pressure, I can get in there with a more concentrated and slower flake removal. It might actually work better. Now, I should be able to get a good percussion hit in there. Should be able to get one good one here off of this platform, and one there off of that platform. Maybe if I sharpen this more, but it's going to take forever to get that sharper. Let's see. See, with a pressure tool, it's sharper already, so I can probably get in there with a more concentrated force. See how rounded that is? It spreads the force out more. Okay. Let's see. You can see the metal deposited on that platform there. That's how hard I'm hitting that. Yeah. Percussion's not doing it. I don't even know if I'm... Let me try to get one that I know it's in frame. I'll just nap it in the viewfinder. Yeah, let's move down a little bit. I'll get that tip with some pressure. Okay. Yeah, I'm having to hit it extremely hard. Oops, slipped off. Yeah, on those tough areas, I'm hitting it extremely hard. Yeah. Before this segment runs too long, let me pause here and continue on the next segment.